Hey everybody, I'm Chris Hurt. Boy, am I glad you're here. Today we are thrilled to be bringing you a new way to profit from the AI boom. It's an approach that has nothing to do with picking AI stocks, and you can profit whether the market goes up or down, and perhaps best of all, every 90 days you get fresh opportunities to make money. It all comes down to what my guest today, who's Wall Street trader of 40 years, Larry Benedict, what he calls AI profit loops. Now, don't worry if you've never heard of that before, because we're going to be sharing all the details that you need to take full advantage of this new opportunity yourself. And if there's anybody in the world that you'd want walking you through this, it has got to be Larry Benedict. See, aside from being the legendary trader who went on a 20-year winning streak and made his clients over $274 million, Larry's record trading these AI profit loops is second to none. Get this, over the last 5 years, there have been 23 of these AI profit loops, and across all of his services, Larry has found winning trades in all 23 of them. Every single one. And if that's not enough, in 22 of those 23 opportunities, he found his members multiple winning trades. For example, take the June 2024 AI profit loop. Larry recommended 5 winning trades in a row, which gave his members a chance to pocket almost 670% in about 7 weeks' time. Now, this is assuming that you took the profit from each trade and then rolled it into the next, but that is exactly the kind of opportunity these AI profit loops can create if you play them right. And that's why Larry has come forward now, because he is saying the next AI profit loop could be the biggest one yet. He actually expects it to trigger billions of dollars to move across one lucrative market. And at the very center of that market, there's one ticker that stands to benefit the most. So Larry is alerting his members to buy it immediately, and today he's agreed to reveal that very ticker to all of us completely free so that you can get positioned today as well. So my advice, settle in, turn off all distractions, and listen very carefully to everything that Larry Benedict has to say, because the next AI profit loop is due to hit in just a few days' time, and it could be the best money-making opportunity you find all year. Larry Benedict, so glad you're here. Welcome.
Oh, Chris, thanks so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Let's get right into this. So what is a profit loop? Because I have never heard of those before.
Sure, Chris. Think about playing a video game on a loop.
Right. So same thing repeating over and over?
Right. And most people don't know the stock market has loops just like that. Certain events come back around like clockwork, and each time there's a chance to make money.
Okay, got it. And you're saying that these AI profit loops that we're going to be talking about here today are in fact a new way for everyone watching to make money from AI.
That's exactly right, Chris. Every 90 days, an AI profit loop comes back around and moves the companies and commodities the AI boom depends on. And if you play it the right way, you can do very well.
Right. Well, I have to say, it sounds very exciting. Can you walk us through some examples?
Of course. Take the June 2024 loop. When it hit, the NASDAQ went soaring. In the weeks that followed, America's biggest tech and AI companies gained around $1.6 trillion in market cap.
Wow, $1.6 trillion jump. And that was triggered by a single loop?
And that's the power of them, Chris. And I'll show you in just a minute, when these loops hit, my members get the chance to turn a small stake into 4, 5, or even 6 figures. Now let's move forward 90 days to September 2024. Another AI loop hit, and again the NASDAQ climbed, this time adding $1.3 trillion in market cap.
It's amazing. So 2 loops, 90 days apart, and both times the NASDAQ climbed.
That September loop didn't stop there. It moved commodities too, the raw materials that AI depends on. For example, let's look at the copper market, since it's critical to AI. It added close to $200 million in the same few weeks following that September AI profit loop.
Wow. So what I'm seeing here is that one loop can actually move multiple AI-related markets, but everything you've shown me so far has gone up here. Now, do these loops only just push prices higher?
Oh, Chris, not at all. They can move them in both directions. Let's look at the AI profit loop that hit March 2026. That sent the NASDAQ down. In the few weeks that followed, it lost $2.2 trillion in market cap.
Wow, so $2.2 trillion wiped from the biggest tech and AI companies in a matter of weeks. Now, What was the impact on those AI critical commodities in that case?
Well, if we look at the copper market again, the same loop triggered close to $500 million being wiped from the market.
All right, so these AI profit loops actually trigger markets to move both up and down. And you're saying that's a good thing?
That's right, Chris, because every one of those up or down moves creates chances to make money.
Right. So let me make sure everybody is understanding this. When the June 2024 loop hit, the NASDAQ and copper both climbed. 90 days later in September, we have another loop, both climbed again. But then in March of 2026, the loop comes around and sends it all the other way. NASDAQ and copper both fell, you say. So these AI profit loops will move money across the markets that AI depends on, both up and down. And every time, every one of those moves, if you know how to play it, is a chance to profit. So, Larry, this next AI profit loop now, you're saying it's due in just a few days.
Yes, and this could be one of the biggest setups that I've seen in 40 years because I expect billions of dollars to move across one lucrative market central to AI and create lots of chances to make money.
Right. You're going to reveal the ticker that you're recommending to your members right now.
I am, Chris, and it's exactly what I came here to do because getting ahead of these AI profit loops and helping my readers profit is something I know a thing or two about.
Yeah, well, that's an understatement if I ever heard one, actually. Just let me put things in perspective for you. Larry's record is amazing. Over the last 5 years, there have been 23 of these AI profit loops. And remember what we just saw? Every one of them moves the markets in a different way. Some send the markets soaring, some send them tumbling. But across Larry's services, he has found a winning trade in all 23 of those loops. And in 22 of those 23, he didn't find just one winner. He found his members multiple winning trades from just a single loop. I mean, that's an astonishing record, Larry. It really is. How do you do that?
Well, Chris, by understanding one simple thing. When a loop comes around, that's when money moves. And when money moves, there are chances to profit. My job is to get my members positioned ahead of these moves.
Yeah, can you talk us through an example?
Sure, I would love to. Take December 2021 AI profit loop. I knew when the loop was coming, so I recommended my readers position in QQQ, the fund that tracks the NASDAQ. Mm-hmm. Those who did made 106% profit.
Okay, so they more than doubled their money on a single trade.
Yes, and that wasn't all. We followed that up with other trades, and anyone who followed my recommendations could have made gains of 115%, 125%, and even as much as 147%.
All right, so that's 4 winning trades from a single AI profit loop.
That's the potential of them, Chris. The loop triggers money to move. I find the opportunity and alert my members. It's as simple as that.
Man, I am keen to hear more. Let's keep this going.
Chris, there are opportunities almost every time an AI profit loop comes around. Take September 2023. Another loop hit and moved commodity markets in a big way. I found my members 3 winning trades in quick succession. A 53% win, a 59% win, and even a 96% win.
All right, 3 more winning trades triggered again by a single AI profit loop.
And Chris, the profits can really stack up in the same week. Take the loop from December 2024. We positioned for a 61% win again in QQQ. And then I recommended new trades for wins of 42% and 61%. All in a matter of just days.
It's really amazing. We've known each other for some time now. I have to say I'm impressed, but I can't say that I'm surprised because I know that you've done this for your entire career, right? I mean, can you take us back for just a moment to one very early on and maybe a time in the markets when they moved in a big way and you were on the right side of it a long time ago?
Sure, Chris, but I don't really want to date myself, but let's go back to the dot-com bubble of 1999-2000. And while the NASDAQ fell 78%, I made a profit, and that year became one of my first years that is incorporated in my 20-year winning streak.
Right. Now, how is that possible in the middle of a crash?
Well, Chris, because when the market does crash, The money just moves from one place to another. For example, we all know that tech collapsed, but money moved into utilities and healthcare. Both sectors climbed 35%.
Okay. Now, what about what happened in 2008?
Well, that was even bigger. The S&P 500 fell 37%, but that year I made $95 million for my clients. And again, just by understanding how money moves across the markets.
Wait a second. You made $95 million in '08, which was one of the biggest financial meltdowns in history. I mean, that's an amazing win. What about more recently?
Well, let's look back to COVID. On February 24th, the Dow dropped 3.5%, and CNBC called me to find out what was going on. And I was quoted, and I said there was much more to come. And within a month, the market had dropped 34%.
Yeah, and you made money from that.
I made $2 million in a single month. And again, just by tracking where the money was moving and getting on the right side before it moved.
Right. So just a quick recap here. For 40 years, every time the money has moved, you've found a way to put your clients and readers on the right side of the equation here. And it didn't matter what was happening in the markets, be it the dot-com crash, you mentioned the '08 meltdown, COVID, of course. And in addition to all that, every AI profit loop over the last 5 years.
You got it, Chris. Whichever way a market moves, there's almost always a way to profit.
Right. So let me ask you an obvious question then, because the next loop does hit in just a few days' time here. Out of all the opportunities you see, you are zeroing in, I believe, on just one ticker. Now, why that one ticker in particular?
Well, Chris, because it's central to the entire AI boom. And right now, its setup looks like nothing that I've ever seen before.
Right. So everything else that loop is touching, you're kind of setting all of that aside. You're saying that this one ticker is where real money can be made. And this has got nothing to do with buying AI stocks and hoping they keep climbing. I mean, this is something that I don't think I've ever seen before. I mean, we really are talking about a new way to profit from the AI boom.
That's exactly what I'm telling you. And today I'm going to help everyone watching get positioned in that one ticker before the next loop hits.
Right. Which brings us to the present. Right now, you're saying the next AI profit loop could create more opportunities to profit than we've ever seen so far?
That's what I'm predicting, Chris, because everything that's been building around this one market that I'm going to reveal soon, it's all coming to a head.
Right. So a lot of money is about to move.
Yes, one of the biggest pools of money tied to AI. And as I've said, when money moves, that's when opportunities are created.
Right. And obviously you want people watching right now to be able to profit as much as possible from this.
I want to show them how they can make money from these AI profit loops because, Chris, they give you fresh chances to profit every 90 days. That's extra cash that everyone watching could be adding to their savings or retirement.
Right. How much could people make here? I mean, assuming they're positioned correctly.
Look at what one AI profit loop made possible last year. The one was from June 2024. Once it hit, the money started moving, and I found 5 winning trades for my members. First, I positioned my readers in DIA, the fund that tracks the Dow Jones Industrial Average.
Right, and we have that here. That one closed for a 100% gain. So your members who took that recommendation doubled their money in 6 days.
And Chris, then we went to QQQ, the NASDAQ fund, for another 63% profit. And a few weeks later, back into QQQ 3 more times for gains of 75%, 88%, and 166%.
All right, so let me pause right there. I want to put this in practical terms for everybody watching right now. So folks, we crunched the numbers on these earlier. From those 5 trades, if somebody had simply followed Larry into each one, rolling their stake from one into the next, it means that every $1,000 invested would have become more than $7,500, every $5,000 over $38,000, and every $10,000 would have turned into more than $75,000. Now that is a gain of almost 670%, and it's from just one AI profit loop. Now, trading like this does carry a higher risk, and Larry doesn't always get it right, but that is just the nature of trading, right? But this example does show what's possible. And folks, remember, these loops come around every 90 days. The next one is right around the corner from us right now. So you want a chance for wins like the ones that we've seen so far, you're going to want to move fast here. And I cannot wait to find out about the ticker. It's coming soon. But first, Larry, I got to ask you this. Sure. And I may have asked you this earlier, but what exactly is an AI profit loop?
Chris, it's what I call something that happens every 90 days on dates set months in advance. 4 times a year, the people who set the direction of the entire financial system sit down behind closed doors. And what comes out of these meetings sends money flowing across the market.
Right. You're talking about the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, they're policy meetings. They meet all year to set interest rates. But 4 times a year in March, June, September, and December, they've traditionally given Wall Street its clearest read on where the economy could be heading next.
Right. And that's been the part, I guess, that really moves the markets. I mean, I read that these meetings have made markets move up to 10 times more than on normal trading days, right?
That's exactly right. Then 90 days later, they do it again. Now, you might have read about Fed Chair Kevin Warsh saying they may give away less information at these meetings. But whatever happens, these meetings will still move markets. In fact, you could even argue that with less information coming out, that the markets will be even moving way bigger.
Yeah. Well, actually, that makes a lot of sense. With less advance warning, there's more chance that the market gets caught out. But hang on a second. The Fed moves a lot of things. So why do you call it an AI profit loop? I mean, what's the connection to AI?
Well, Chris, 2 reasons. First is that the Fed sets the direction of the market based on the economy. And right now, AI is the whole economy.
Well, what do you mean by that? Because AI is the economy?
I mean, the numbers are staggering. In the first half of 2025, one estimate found that AI build-out drove more than 90% of America's economic growth. Strip out AI and the economy would barely move at all. So when the Fed sits down and looks at the economy, what they're really looking at is AI.
Okay, I think I follow you. The AI helps drive the Fed and the Fed moves the markets.
And Chris, that's just the first half of the loop. And here's the second. After these Fed meetings, the biggest impact is often on the commodity markets. And nothing on earth is hungrier for those commodities right now than AI itself.
All right, you lost me again. What do you mean?
Well, the whole AI boom runs on data centers. These are the giant warehouses of computing power behind every AI tool you've ever heard of.
Right.
And the companies that are building them are in a race to build them as fast and as many as they can. Do you know how many chips are needed in a single data center?
I have no idea, but it's got to be a lot.
Well, Chris, there are millions of chips in just one data center.
Wow.
And they're building these data centers all over the world and really fast. That's the scale of what we're talking about here today.
Right, and every one of those chips does contain metal and other materials. So it is a physical mined commodity.
Every chip, every server, every piece of AI infrastructure depends on it. Mm-hmm. And AI is scaling at a fierce pace.
So the more AI grows then, the more of these raw materials and metals that it's going to need, and therefore the greater the demand.
That's right, Chris, and supply is already tight. So after a Fed meeting, these commodity markets tend to move a lot.
Right. All right, so let me pause one more time. I just want to make sure, this is a lot of information. I got to get it right here. So the Fed, they meet very often, but every 90 days, they hold a meeting that really tends to move the markets. And commodities are often hit the hardest, I guess, affected the most. And it's that reaction, as we've seen, the markets moving up or down, that causes what you call an AI profit loop. And because AI is devouring more of those commodities than ever, we're now seeing some of the biggest moves in years.
That's right, Chris. And each one of these moves can create multiple chances to make money.
Right. Now, these loops aren't going to stop, right? Because the Fed meetings, I mean, although they may change, as you said, they're not going to stop. I mean, they are literally scheduled months in advance.
Yes, so there will be chances to profit as the weeks and months and years go by. I don't want anyone watching to miss a single one of them.
All right, what are the next steps?
Well, I recommend that everyone watching does two things immediately. First is to focus on trading the one ticker at the center of the next AI profit loop before it hits in a few days' time. I'm going to reveal it shortly, but first, everyone watching needs to understand what makes this opportunity so special. It all comes down to one very special, lucrative commodity market.
Right. And I take it this is the metal that you said is at the heart of the AI boom, the entire boom?
It's the commodity that AI can't survive without. It's silver.
Silver. I was not expecting that. So you're talking about old coins and jewelry and cutlery?
That's right. But the truth is, it's mission critical to AI.
So how?
Because silver is one of the best electrical conductors on the face of the earth. And the high performance chips that power AI, the ones behind everything being built right now, from ChatGPT to the new up and coming tools, they all depend on silver.
So interesting. So if you want the fastest, most powerful AI hardware, you got to have silver. So when we talk about all these data centers, all these millions and millions of chips in each one, the whole AI build out,
you need silver for all of that. The metal that people think is for necklaces and jewelry is actually at the foundation of the most advanced technology ever built.
And that's why the AI industry can't get enough of it.
Look at what's been happening with silver that makes our opportunity so special. Some of the biggest names in tech are scrambling to buy as much as they can get their hands on. There's a report that Tesla alone bought up around 85 million ounces of it.
Wow.
That's around 150 truckloads of silver.
That's an enormous amount of silver. And it doesn't stop there, right?
Not at all. Some experts are now saying Tesla may be starting to buy silver mines outright just to lock up the supply.
Has Elon had anything to say about this?
Well, in December 2025, after China restricted silver exports, he went on X and said, "This is not good. Silver is needed in many industrial processes."
All right. So one of the most powerful figures in technology, clearly, is publicly worried about the supply of silver.
Yes, and that's the second force at work here, Chris, supply.
What do you mean by that?
Well, at this exact moment, the AI is creating this enormous new demand that the supply is getting so squeezed from every direction.
Right. Well, you just said we already have China, one of the biggest sources of silver in the world. They're moving to export less of it, right?
And that's a problem because you can't just dig more silver out of the ground overnight. New mines actually almost take 10 to 15 years to come online.
Wow.
And the market's already running a supply deficit for years now.
All right. So demand is exploding at the same time that supply is shrinking and tightening. So you got the most powerful companies out there on earth that are fighting for it. We've got governments that are hoarding it, restricting it the way they do with gold, I suppose. You got China holding it back. And everybody is chasing this precious metal that most ordinary people still think is just for bracelets. I collect old silver coins. That's an extraordinary setup.
And then, Chris, on top of all of that, you add the trigger.
Right, the next AI profit loop, which again is just days away. And you are expecting to see some very big moves then in silver. After everything you've shared with us, I can start to see why your reasoning here. So let me make sure I'm getting this clear. Are you telling everyone watching right now, let's just go out and buy silver?
Absolutely not. Buying physical silver is the wrong way to play this. If you do that, you risk missing out on most of the opportunities that lie ahead. What I'm recommending is focusing on one specific ticker that's traded using the same approach I've made millions of dollars for myself and my clients over the years.
All right, folks, I think we're getting close. Grab something to write with. Larry, what is that single ticker?
The ticker is called SLV.
SLV. And what is that exactly?
It's the iShares Silver Trust, and it's the simplest way there is to follow the price of silver. When silver moves, SLV moves right along with it.
Right. So it makes trading silver as simple as possible.
Well, that's the beauty of it. To make money from this, you don't need to be an expert in the silver market. You just need to know SLV moves when silver moves. As we've laid out, everything happens around this metal means I expect silver to move a lot thanks to the next AI profit loop. And each one of these moves can be a chance to profit.
All right, SLV. Now that's a ticker that you've already profited on that, right?
Well, Chris, like in December 2025, a loop hit and the price of silver dropped. I positioned my readers in SLV, and anyone who followed that trade could have made 59% in a little over 2 weeks.
As it fell. So you didn't need silver to go up to make that money.
Well, not at all, Chris. That's the whole point, and that's why this is such a special setup. In my experience, most people think there's only one way to profit from silver: buy it and hope it goes up. But with the way I trade SLV, it doesn't matter which direction it moves.
Right. So when silver climbs, there's a way to profit. When it drops, like it did in December, there's a way to profit from that too. And as we've seen, this is a ticker that you do know very well.
Very well. And right now, with the demand for silver, the supply squeeze, and the next AI profit loop, I expect a lot of opportunities to come from it in the coming weeks and months ahead.
All right, so similar question to what I asked before. Is your recommendation to simply go out and buy SLV?
No, it's very important. Do not go out and just buy SLV. You don't need to just buy the ticker and hold it. Mm-hmm. It has to be traded in a very specific way.
Right, and you have laid out exactly how it should be traded, SLV, in a special report?
I put everything in there, the ticker and the way to play it and why it's critical you position before the next AI profit loop hits. It's called SLV, the first move of the next AI profit loop.
And this walks people through exactly how to profit from SLV.
Chris, step by step, I start with why silver is set to move when the next AI profit loop comes around. Then I cover why SLV is the ticker position to capture these moves and how you can profit whether silver goes up or down.
Mm-hmm. Is it easy to follow, even if I've never traded anything like SLV before?
Absolutely. You don't need any specialized knowledge or experience. You can make these trades in a standard brokerage account using the phone or laptop you already own, often in under a minute.
No kidding. So between the report and SLV itself, people have got everything they need for the first big move of the next AI profit loop.
That's right, Chris. But that's just the start, because this is only one of the first opportunities I see here.
Right. Now, earlier you said that there were two things that you recommend everybody do immediately. Number one was to focus on trading SLV. We just covered that, I think. What's the second thing you recommend all viewers do?
Well, they need a way to capture all the opportunities an AI profit loop creates.
Right, because you've already shown that a single loop creates multiple chances to profit.
And I don't want our viewers to miss a single one of them.
Like the kind of run that could have turned a single $1,000 stake into more than $7,500 in about 7 weeks.
Exactly, Chris. And how I did that was all thanks to a repeatable approach that anyone can learn to do, that works in any market, whether prices are going up or down.
Well, I'm listening. I feel like we're all about to be let in on a big secret here. Go ahead.
Well, the secret is that I focus on trading just one ticker at a time. When a loop starts moving money, most investors scatter.
They're trying to work out which stocks and sectors or commodities to chase, right?
Well, I don't do all that. I go straight to wherever is at the center of the move, and I put all my attention there.
Right. On just one ticker.
Yes, and the key is that I don't just trade it once. As an AI profit loop plays out, I trade the same ticker over and over again. I call that approach one ticker trading.
Right. Okay, folks, we're going to dig into this very topic here over the next few minutes with Larry. But just to recap, want to remind you, he's recommending that you do two things here. First is to focus on playing SLV. That's the ticker position to capture the first big move of the next AI profit loop. And folks, it's just a few days away now at this point. And then second, capture all the opportunities that each loop creates using Larry's one ticker trading approach. So let's get to that one ticker trading, Larry. This is the method. This is what's behind your incredible track record. It's the approach that I know you've been refining for more than 40 years. You've gotten it down to a science. It's how you made your hedge fund clients $274 million. It's also how you found win after win after win in the last 23 AI profit loops. So walk us through how it actually works, if you would.
Sure, Chris. Take April 2025. The market moved a lot that month, but I locked onto QQQ and shared simple option trades with my readers. You could have made it almost 60% in a single day if you followed along.
Right. It became a run of profitable trades, all in the same stretch and all on that one ticker. So gains of nearly 60% in a single day. You can see them here, 19% overnight, then another 29%.
And every time the market moved, I went back to trade QQQ because the same ticker in a market that's moving can give you multiple opportunities to profit.
That's one ticker trading. Now, Larry, traditional wisdom says you should diversify, right? Spread your risk across lots of different stocks.
Well, Chris, I've always said diversification is for dummies.
Wow. Shots fired. I think there's a financial advisor out there that just had a heart palpitation.
I know it's unusual, but it's how I made my clients more than $274 million over the years through all kinds of markets.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. So one ticker trading helps you to move fast no matter what kind of market you're in.
Chris, that's the whole point. You're on one ticker at the center of the move, ready before it happens.
Right. And I am beginning to see now how you've been able to get such truly extraordinary results.
And it's the only approach that's fast enough to keep up with the opportunities that the AI profit loops create.
Right. Now, folks, of course, Larry does not get it right 100% of the time. Nobody does. That's just the nature of investing. But I will say, what you are bringing to the table here to everyone today, Larry, it is unlike anything that I personally have ever heard before when it comes to profiting from AI. And you say that you use options for these trades. So let me ask you, options have really exploded in recent years, right?
Chris, they certainly have. And when I started trading options on the floor of the Chicago Board Option Exchange in the 1980s, very few people were doing it. But now retail traders are doing up to $110 million in option volume every single day. It's one of the hottest markets out there.
Why is it? Why has it become so popular for everyday traders?
Well, think about it. Back in the day, we were yelling and screaming in a pit, but now it all comes down to technology because it was complicated back then. But today, anyone can trade options from their phone in 30 seconds. You open your app, you type in the ticker I send you, you select options, you click buy, and you're done.
Can you give us a practical example of what that looks like?
Sure, easy. Imagine you wake up tomorrow and you see a headline about big price swings in silver.
Right. Which would set the entire market off, obviously. But that's where your members get a real edge.
They have a huge advantage because they would get my email alert that morning. So they pull out their phones, open their brokerage account, review the trade I send them, execute it. If they decide to, that's it. It takes about 30 seconds. Then you go live your life knowing your position for potential profits.
So you're helping your members out there get an edge, seeing the possibilities to profit, and others out there have no clue.
Chris, that's the power of one ticker trading.
Right. But now people do worry about losing money with options, I know.
Actually, that's where my option strategy is actually less risky than stocks. Let's say you buy 100 shares of a $180 stock. You have to put up $18,000, and if it drops 10%, you just lost $1,800. But with an option, you might only spend $500 for the same exposure, and if it drops, you only lose the $500 you risk, and it's limited to just what you pay for the option.
Okay, so you get the upside, but without the full downside, which does mean the same profit potential with clear and limited risk. It sounds very attractive to me. Now, you have to know what you're doing about this, though, right?
Well, that's true, and that's exactly why I've included a second report. It's called Larry's Guide to Options.
Okay, so this is for people who've never traded options before.
Exactly. We've made it so simple that anyone can pick it up and start using it in no time at all.
Tell us exactly what's inside that report.
Sure. First, I explain what an option actually is in plain English with no jargon at all.
Right. And do you walk people through exactly how to place a trade?
We've made it very easy. In the report, you get screenshots. I even show you where to click and what to type.
It's fantastic. just fantastic. Now, what about managing risk? Does the guide talk about that too?
Absolutely. This is something we've spent a lot of time on. The guide also covers the basics of risk management, including how much to invest per trade and when to take your profits.
So everything you need to get started fast while managing your risk.
I've been teaching people to trade options for years. This report crams all of that experience into an easy to follow process.
Right. So between these two reports, and the first one again is called SLV, the first move of the next AI profit loop, and your second, your options guidebook, somebody could really start from zero and know exactly how to start trading options in less than a day's time.
Absolutely. That's the goal here.
All right. So I want to show our viewers something. This would be a good time to do it because we can talk strategy all day, but I think what really matters is results, right? You probably know where I'm going with this. I have some emails from some of your readers here. These are people who are using your approach and actually making money doing this. Do you mind if I show these?
Sure, go for it.
Let me put them up on screen for you here. This first one is from Christopher K., who wrote in to say this: I entered my first trade last week using your one ticker trader and made a profit of 23% in just 2 days. Thanks for helping the common folks. What do you have to say about that?
Oh, I'm really, really happy to hear that.
23% in 2 days is great. Next one is from Emilio M., who wrote in to say, I was at work when you sent the first sell alert, sold all for a 100% return. My first 100% return feels good. Thank you for your knowledge. These are not hedge fund managers, correct? These are regular people.
Not at all. That's what I'm most proud of. These are people that work regular jobs. They don't have Bloomberg terminals. They're just following the one ticker trading approach.
Right. All right. Got a couple more here to show. This is one is from Frank Yu, who wrote in to say, I bought at $4.24, sold for $7.03, 65.9% gain in 1 week. And I got one more here, Larry. This one kind of stopped me. This is from Randy M. Very simple. He simply says, I did really well last year. I made about $50,000. How about that?
That's
$50,000 bucks in a single year following your recommendations and doing it just one ticker at a time.
And that right there is the whole point of what I do, helping hardworking people stack win after win.
Right. Can we let that number sit for just a second? Because I think for a lot of people watching right now, $50,000 in 1 year. I mean, that's what a decade of careful saving really looks like. You know, money squeezed out of paychecks year after year just to reach that number one time. Randy does it in 12 months, following your one ticker trading approach and taking action on the recommendations that you send to your members. So just take a moment. Think about what that actually means for your retirement out there. Think about the trips that you keep putting off and the mornings with nowhere to be anytime fast, the years that you get back with the people that you love. I mean, that's what a year like Randy's could easily buy. The retirement that you've earned essentially arriving sooner than you planned.
Chris, it makes me so happy to see my members win like this.
Now, you know what? We can't promise you a year like Randy's. Nobody can promise you that. I mean, results like his aren't typical, and every trade is going to carry risk. But here's what I would say. Randy got there by showing up for a whole year of trades. And that's the one thing in all of this that you can actually control, whether you're ready to act on the next trade that Larry sends. Randy certainly was. Now, Larry, these reports, the SLV report and your guide to options, those are incredibly valuable, I know, on their very own. But as you've said, they're just the first move.
Right, Chris. SLV is where we start. But as you've seen, AI profit loops aren't just a one-time event. They are going to keep happening every 90 days, right, each one triggering fresh chances to make money.
Well, what you're saying is that you need someone watching it for you. And I guess after everything we've covered today, I'll just say it out loud. I can't think of anybody better qualified to do that than you.
Oh, Chris, I greatly appreciate it. And it's exactly why I've put together a plan for the entire year.
Right. Tell us about that.
It's called One Ticker Trader. Every month I publish a new issue breaking down what's happening in the market, where the next AI loop is pointing to, and where the money is moving. But even more importantly, you get the trade alerts.
Right. How many of those should I expect a month?
Chris, I have a rule that I've lived by as long as I've been making money. I only trade when the market hands me a setup that's worth taking.
Okay, so every alert is one that you really do believe in.
Every single one. I'd rather send you one great trade than 10 mediocre ones.
I love that. I agree with that. And you tell people exactly what to do?
I give you the ticker, I tell you the price to get in at, and I tell you the price when to get out. The alert arrives, and a few seconds later, you're done if you choose to place the trade. That's all it takes to be positioned ahead of a move that could make money for you while you're living out your life.
Right. And this covers a full year and all of the AI profit loops.
Every major move in the market, I will be hard at work hunting down the best setups for my members.
Right. So you're not just focused on SLV then?
SLV is the first play. Given all the forces acting on the silver market right now, to me, it seems like the best place to focus. But as the loop unfolds and moves ripple out, we'll go to the next ticker and then the next one.
Okay. So I just want to make sure everybody understands what that actually means, because you showed us how one AI profit loop could turn $1,000 into more than $7,500 in about 7 weeks' time. Again, that's about $10,000 into more than $75,000, and in a fraction of the time it would normally take to save that much, obviously. And this service is a way to be positioned for moves just like that. And it's not just a one-off, as Larry just said, but every time an AI profit loop creates an opportunity to make money every 90 days.
That's the whole idea. It's rare one opportunity changes your retirement, but a steady run of wins captured one after another. That's how someone could retire years earlier than they had planned.
Well, and your track record really backs that up. The one ticker approach delivered a return on cash of 279% in 2025. And you should know, since inception, One Ticker Trader has delivered a return on cash of close to 500%. Now that means practically, if you'd put in $1,000 at the start and then reinvested along the way, you'd have turned it into almost $6,000. $5,000 would have become nearly $30,000, and $10,000 would have turned into just shy of $60,000. Astonishing numbers. But that is what is possible with One Ticker Trader.
It's absolutely possible. That example is living proof. Now, I can't promise anyone returns like that. No one can. But what I can say is that they're the kind of numbers I'm after. And me and my team are working really hard to bring the very best opportunities to our members.
Right. Now, I need to ask about the price, because we're talking about a full year of One Ticker Trader, the monthly issues, the trade alerts, the SLV report, and the options guide that you mentioned. I know that when you ran your hedge fund years ago, the minimum investment was $1 million. So basically multimillionaires and billionaires only, a very exclusive group. My first question is, why are you doing this now? You don't have to do this. Why not just keep this kind of information and intelligence to yourself?
Well, Chris, when I ran my hedge fund, I helped very rich people get even richer from opportunities just like this. And frankly, they didn't need my help to profit from what's coming. They have access to every piece of information out there. The people who miss out on the chance to make money like this are the regular folks, the ones who tend to hear about the opportunity after it's already gone.
Right. And they tend to be the people who could use it the most, too.
Exactly. The ones who worked their whole lives to save carefully and did everything right, but who find they missed the big moves and feel like they just can't get ahead. Those are the ones I am working for right now.
You're leveling the playing field. That's what you're doing by helping people be early to big opportunities right now.
Right, Chris. I'm taking the same approach I used to make $274 million in profits during my hedge fund days for my clients. And I'm now making it available for everyone who's watching today.
Right. So clearly, we're not charging $1 million today. Your publisher, I know, has listed the retail price for One Ticker Trader at $499 a year. And obviously, given that a single trade could pay for that membership 10 times over, that is a very fair price.
And Chris, we have a lot of happy customers.
Oh, absolutely. But now I understand that you've worked out something really unusual with your publisher for everybody that's watching right now.
Well, Chris, I told them I don't want price to be a barrier for anyone, whatever it takes.
Well, I think they listened. I'm looking at this now, Larry. For everyone watching this presentation right now, your publisher is offering a full year of One Ticker Trader for just $19. And are we sure that's correct? Okay, $19 for an entire year of One Ticker Trader. So let me make sure that everybody's understanding what's happening here. We're talking about a man, Larry Benedict, who made $95 million for his clients in 2008, again, while the rest of the market crashed 37%. A man who went 20 consecutive years without a losing year, who was featured in best-selling author Jack Schwager's Market Wizard series, sitting right next to billionaires like Ray Dalio, a man who ran money for some of the wealthiest investors in the world, and again, who across the last 5 years has found a winning trade in all 23 AI profit loops, every single one, and had multiple winners in 22 of those. And then we're also talking about an entire year of his research and trade alerts using the same one ticker approach that delivered a return of cash on cash of 279% in 2025 for less than most people spend on a pizza. I mean, we're 96% off the retail price. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it, honestly.
Well, Chris, if it gets people positioned before the next AI profit loop, it's worth it to me.
So let me ask you something. And actually, I want all of you out there watching to really think about this. The retirement that you've been working toward all of these years, just picture that for a second, right? The trips that you've been putting off, the mornings where you've got nowhere to be, the time with people that you care about the most while you're still young enough to enjoy all of that. And picture pulling that essentially closer to you. Not someday off, on the horizon, but months closer, possibly even years, because that's what we're really talking about here. Nothing in the markets is ever going to be guaranteed. You've heard Larry say that himself here today, but you have also seen his track record over his 40-year career and playing these AI profit loops. So in reality, the question isn't really whether $19 is worth it. The real question is this: if there is a real chance to bring the retirement that you've earned any closer at all, are you going to give yourself that shot for just $19? Or are you going to miss out on this opportunity entirely?
Well, Chris, there's one more thing. I can't guarantee this price will be available for long. It's a special deal. My publisher can raise it at any time.
Okay, so that's important to know. So obviously, folks, don't wait here. The button is right below this video. Click on that now and lock in that $19 price and get started with Larry right now. So let me recap everything that you're getting when you join today. First of all, you get that one full year of One Ticker Trader. And as a new member, you'll get immediate access to Larry's latest research, of course. And then you'll receive his next trade recommendations too.
Chris, my goal is to find the best setups and get them to my members fast.
Right. And just to be clear for everybody watching, the way that Larry approaches this is with a lot of discipline and risk control. All investments carry risk. Past performance, of course, is not a guarantee of future results. And you should obviously never invest more than you'd be comfortable losing. But that's exactly why Larry put together these reports, so that you understand the setup, the risk, and the play before you ever have to place a trade. So you're also going to get Larry's special report. Don't forget the SLV, the first move of the next AI profit loop. That's your complete playbook for the first major opportunity, the full play, the exact setup and step-by-step instructions. You'll also get Larry's bonus report, Larry's Guide to Options. That's the beginner's masterclass that takes all the mystery out of options trading so that you can learn very quickly and get to trading just as soon as possible. The only way, by the way, to get them at this price is through this special offer. Plus, you're going to be protected by Larry's 30-day money-back guarantee. So join today, get the reports, follow the trade recommendations, and if you're not thrilled within 30 days' time, just call Larry's team and you get a full refund on your membership. And those reports, Larry?
Well, Chris, you get to keep them even if you cancel.
Right. So the risk is entirely on Larry's shoulders at this point. So 30 days from now, one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to be 30 days older and you're going to be watching the next AI profit loop unfold while you're on the sidelines, missing out on some of the best opportunities to make money, or you'll be 30 days older with Larry's playbook in your hands and his recommendations in your inbox and potentially your first winning plays already in your account. The only difference between those two options is the decision that you make right now. And you've watched the entire presentation so far. You know Larry's track record at this point. You understand what's coming. You can face it alone, or you can have a market wizard, a man who's made $274 million for his clients, guiding you step by step for just 19 bucks. The button is below. You got to click it now before the special price disappears. Larry, I hate to say it, but we're out of time here. This is a fantastic opportunity. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, Chris, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And let's put a P on the page together.
Absolutely. Let's do it. Folks, that's it for today. For Larry Benedict, I'm Chris Hurt. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the inside. So long.